If you eliminate false thoughts, true thoughts will appear. The meaning of this classical phrase is showing off to others and being arrogant are all reckless courage that comes from one's own blood. Showing off to others and acting arrogantly are all reckless courage that comes from one's own blood. This arrogance will eventually come back to you like a boomerang, and you will definitely suffer great humiliation. If we compare this to a political leader, it would be. There is a Western proverb that says, "Don't poke the bear." It means not to needlessly provoke a strong and dangerous being. It is a warning that it is reckless for the weak to provoke the strong. There is a saying by William Shakespeare, "Discretion is the better part of valor." It means that true courage is to judge the situation well and act carefully rather than to act recklessly. It is a lesson that we should not act recklessly in front of a powerful country. Also, there is a proverb that says, "A barking dog never bites." This proverb means that a weak country talks a lot and does not actually act, but it is also used as a sarcastic remark about a weak country showing off in front of a powerful country, depending on the situation. There is a saying by Ralph Waldo Emerson, "If you're going to shoot at the king, you'd better not miss." It means that an attempt to attack a powerful country should be made only when perfectly prepared. It emphasizes that a weak country should be more careful and thorough if it wants to challenge a powerful country. Looking at historical examples, there is Iraq versus the United States in the 2003 Iraq War. Saddam Hussein underestimated the United States and took a hardline stance until the end, but his regime eventually collapsed in the face of the overwhelming military might of the US military. During the First Opium War between 1839 and 1842, between the Qing dynasty and Britain. The Qing dynasty underestimated Britain's military superiority and took a hardline stance on trade issues, but suffered a crushing defeat and ended up signing an unequal treaty. During the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, during the war between the Empire of Japan and the United States, Japan failed to anticipate the US military response and launched a preemptive strike, ultimately leading to a total defeat with the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The meaning of this classical phrase is, it means that only after the courage that is being used recklessly in one's blood is overcome will the right energy unfold. Why is that? First, blood temper is impulsive and emotional. Blood temper is a momentary courage triggered by emotions such as anger, pride, and revenge. And this courage can lead to mistakes, harm others, and even hurt oneself because it is done without deep thought. Second, right spirit comes from moderation and reason. True courage and leadership come from quiet determination, cool analysis, and judgment for the common good. Only after suppressing blood temper can one find one's center, and then right spirit, that is, right judgment, leadership, and trust, emerge. There is a Western proverb that says arrogance is used by the weak, while kindness is used by the strong. It means that the weak use arrogance and the strong use kindness, and it teaches us the lesson that true strength comes from humility and kindness. A modern historical example is North Korea's nuclear development in conflict with the international community. North Korea poses a threat to the international community through its nuclear development, but this has led to international isolation and economic sanctions. This can be seen as a modern example of a weak country acting arrogantly toward a powerful country. The meaning of this classical phrase is, desires and thoughts are all part of a vain mind. So only after all these vain minds are eliminated can the true mind appear. If we compare it to hypocritical critics or politicians, they may appear moral, but in reality, they often pursue their own desires and the interests of their party. He says that he is acting for the people, but in reality, he often promotes conflict to strengthen his own political position. true politics and criticism must come from sincerity, not hypocrisy, to be recognized as authentic.